Welcome to The Explainer. Today, we are diving deep into a problem that, let's be honest, drives local business owners crazy. How do you get found online by people who are literally right around the corner? We've taken a top-tier guide on local SEO and boiled it down into an exact playbook you can use. So let's jump right in.
You've put your blood, sweat, and tears into your business, right? You've got amazing customers, you've got a great spot, but when someone just down the street pulls out their phone to search for exactly what you do, you're nowhere to be found. You're basically invisible, and it is so frustrating.
So that feeling, that online invisibility, it's a real thing. But the good news is it has a solution. We're going to show you exactly how to fix it using something called local search engine optimization, or as we'll call it, local SEO. Now, let's just be super clear about what this is. Local SEO isn't some kind of mysterious technical magic. Nope, it is a practical, step-by-step process with one simple, beautiful goal: turning a search on a smartphone into a real-life customer walking through your front door. That's all it is. It's about connecting local people to your local business.
So where do we even begin? Well, we start with the single most important, highest impact thing you can possibly do, and that's mastering what I like to call your digital storefront, your Google business profile.
All right, first things first, we have to build a solid foundation. This is mostly a one-time setup, but you've got to get it right. I'm talking about precision here. Your primary category can't just be kind of close. It has to be the exact service you provide. Why? Because you need to perfectly match what your potential customers are typing into that search bar. And every single specific service you list, that's just another opportunity to show up.
Okay, the setup is done. Now for the real secret sauce: active, ongoing management. I mean, think about it from Google's perspective. They want to show their users businesses that are alive, active, and engaged. So adding photos, posting little updates, replying to reviews, these aren't just chores on a to-do list. They are powerful, active signals that tell Google you're a healthy, thriving business. Oh, and that pro tip? That's your secret weapon for constantly reminding Google exactly where you are. So once a customer finds your digital storefront on Google, where are they going to go next? To your digital headquarters, of course, your website. Let's make sure it's polished and ready to turn them into a customer.
You know, this next part seems almost too simple to be important, but I promise you it's absolutely critical. Your NAP, that's your name, address, and phone number, is like your business's digital fingerprint. If it's even slightly different across the web, it creates confusion for search engines. But when it's perfectly consistent everywhere, bam, that screams to Google that you're a legit, stable business they can trust and recommend.
Okay, now this is a strategy that separates the amateurs from the pros. Instead of just having one generic services page, you're going to create these hyper-specific, laser-targeted pages. This is how you stop competing for a generic term like electrician, and you start winning the search for electrician in Lake Havasu. It's all about meeting your customer on the exact digital street corner where they're looking for you.
All right, we're making progress. Your Google profile is looking sharp, and your website is totally optimized. Now it's time to build trust beyond your own properties. We're going to do that by looking at what other people are saying about you online.
So a citation sounds kind of fancy, but it's really just any mention of your business's name, address, and phone number on another website. Think of each one as a little vote of confidence. A mention from your local chamber of commerce? That's like getting a glowing recommendation from a respected community leader. It just carries more weight. And remember, the goal isn't to get hundreds of these. It's to get the right ones, the quality ones.
You know, this quote from our source material absolutely nails the mindset you need for customer reviews. It's not about getting 100 reviews in 1 week and then crickets. It's about a consistent, steady stream of fresh feedback. This shows Google, and more importantly, new customers, that you are consistently delivering great service, week in and week out. All right, that's enough theory. Let's make this stuff real. We've taken everything we've talked about and distilled it into a concrete 14-day action plan to get you started right now.
So here it is, the whole plan, broken down into a simple 2-week sprint. You see the logic here, right? First, you fix up your own house. That's your Google profile and your website. Then, you start building that external trust with citations and reviews. And finally, you add some fresh content and you start looking at the data to see what's working. It's a focused, step-by-step process designed to build some serious momentum.
This is always the million-dollar question, isn't it? You're putting in all this work, but when do you actually see the payoff? When does the phone start ringing? Let's talk about it and set some clear, realistic expectations.
So here's the good news.
you'll probably see results a lot faster than you think. In just a few weeks, those foundational fixes will start generating more calls and more clicks. That's kind of like the kindling catching fire. Now, getting those super competitive rankings to climb higher, that takes a little more time, usually about 6 to 12 weeks, for that fire to really start roaring.
So how do you actually know if any of this is working? Well, you track the things that actually matter. Forget all those fluffy vanity metrics. You want to focus on the stuff that puts money in the bank. Are you getting more phone calls from your Google profile? Is your website traffic from your actual city going up? This is how you measure real-world results.
And this is the entire point of the whole exercise. At the end of the day, you don't want a trophy for having a good ranking. You want the phone to ring. You want more leads from your website. You want people asking for directions to your front door. All of this work is about one thing: turning invisible online searchers into very real, paying customers.
So, we've laid out the entire playbook, the strategy, the tactics, the timeline, the whole shebang. The only question left is, what's the very first step you're going to take to stop being invisible and start getting found?